No, it's not just because of one thing, Yoriko. Syobai told me he saw you going to the bell tower this morning.
What?
Yeah, nerd. He also said you were holding a long rope in your hands. A long rope? Like the one Yuri was hooked to? You were telling the truth, right, Syobai?
No. I wasn't telling the truth. Never thought she'd be involved in the case. I was really wondering what she was planning to do with the rope. Think about it. That was a really important piece of evidence. Wait, he's lying. Syobai isn't telling the truth. He was really attacked as soon as I left the monocruise. He's trying to slander me. He's the damn culprit. Even if you say that, all the evidence is stacked against you.
It's almost undeniable at this point. Maybe you're just an idiot, Yoriko. Damn.
What? Why are you all accusing me? Why me? Syobai's account is by far the most damning of all proof presented so far. How do you plan on defending yourself from such an accusation?
Maybe you should tell the truth. Yoriko, are you really the culprit? Syobai is lying. Oh.
There it is. Yeah.
What do you mean? I didn't think so. It's a truth bullet. It's called a truth bullet. It has to be true.
Yeah, well, that's because you thought it was the truth, but he knew it was a lie bullet.
That's fucked up.
Dude, that's fucking amazing.
Can we kill Kokoro now? Can someone kill Kokoro?
She's making the trial too boring. Oh, she keeps telling people things.
He's like, oh, like this isn't fun. Syobai just lying and it's funny.
Was he really gonna? I mean, I don't think he's the culprit. Would he really lie on purpose?
He literally just did.
Well, yeah, but like, is it for the purpose of us getting it wrong? Is that why he did it? That's what I'm questioning.
No, because it's funny.
What?
For the bit.
Sorry, did Syobai mention when he saw Yoriko leave?
It was just a little gag.
Yoriko left as soon as the doors opened, so that's gotta be 7 AM on the dot. I was on the second floor, in the library at the time, and I saw Syobai walking up to the third floor through a crack in the door. Mikako moment, looking through a crack in the door. Even if you had seen Yoriko leave, there was no way you could have known where she went.
Well,
using logic. It's not just reading his mind. Actual logic. And didn't you say she was holding a rope? Syobai, were you lying to me?
So you caught me. Sorry about that, but I just had to test all of you.
Of course it's for that.
That does.
You're testing me. That's the only person you're testing. You're the only. I'm the only one you told.
It's for the bit. Come on. Like I said, if you could clear the class trial for me, then I'd be set. Just to see if you could really do without me involved. What? Are you serious? And you're all stupid, I guess. It's a little bit of perjury, that's all. I didn't think Miss Ultimate Psychologist would figure it out. Whatever, I'm counting on you guys.
Thanks, man. You asshole! What is your problem?
Slow down, Shinji. How much is a good school rules?
I can yell. Calm down, Shinji. You can beat him up after we get out of here.
That proves my innocence, right? Syobai's the one who lied, so he's the most suspicious.
Oh, I don't know about that. You might have lied, but you're still the most suspicious person here.
Like, Kokoro literally was like, oh yeah, at 7 o'clock he was going to the 3rd floor.
But we're focusing so much on Yukiro. Shouldn't we talk about this a bit more?
No, Yoriko's definitely the killer. I don't want to suspect my friends. I want to believe in everyone.
This is quite the quant tree. We seem to be split straight down the middle.
Middle? Middle?
Middle, you say.
Middle, yeah.
Yep. You say. Did I propose a proper debate on this matter?
Of course it was Mikado who said it, because he knows what it means when he says that.
It's like a key word. He's like, split. He like says like the biggest. He's like in his normal. AI. Yeah, it's like in his normal voice, and then he just goes, yeah, it seems like split down the middle. He's like,
oh?
Oh.
Yeah, the super agent in Monochrome. Monochrome's a sleep. That's the key word. Middle, split.
Please remain calm as your seats are rearranged.
See, they do get seats.
Whether Yoriko's the culprit or not, man, no one's reacting to him saying that. Still have to talk about this. Need to convince everyone.
Scrum
Fine,
debate.
I'll get an explanation. Blah 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 blah. Two teams.
Oh, no.
Convince. I assume it's gonna be exactly the same.
It is.
Yeah, the words are the words. Left, right. Okay. Wait.
Are you the left or are you the right?
Something said best boy, and I skipped that.
Best going against Best Boy Yuki, probably.
Oh.
I think.
Why you don't skip Stone?
I think it
Shit.
said. I think it might have said something like "Best Boy has the best use." I don't know. That's what happens when you skip the tutorial.
Yeah, I miss all the good jokes that tutorials often have. Yeah, same
Yeah.
song.
So
Solar
who's on our
versus
team?
Luna.
Oh.
Solar versus Luna. That's
Sun and Moon.
yeah.
Sure. Yuko, Emma, Shinji, Kokoro,
Team
Setsuka,
Luna, awesome.
Syobai,
We're the cool guy team.
Yuki, Hajime.
You guys suck.
Leo Kanadi's smiling. She's the culprit.
She's not the culprit.
Yuko is the only one who went to the party and left all the criteria.
Still
and
need to
fits all the
figure out if the
criteria.
party is even relevant to the case.
What the fuck, Shoy? Don't cut me off.
No one Yuri's the killer. It has to be a woman.
We've already established that the killer could be a man or a woman.
Audrey's making me nervous.
Yuriko's the only one with the more suspicious alibi.
Koro and Syobai don't even have alibis. Why are you accusing me?
That is true. Yuko was the only one who said that fuck I couldn't
False.
speak.
Yuriko was the only one who set up drinks for the party.
Was not.
Not the only one.
Fuck.
She could have taken the advantage of the fact we were drunk to forge our alibi. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Hey, Yuriko wasn't the only one who wasn't drunk. Shouldn't we suspect the others too?
Yuriko is the only suspect. There's nothing else we can do.
We haven't even discussed the possibility of another suspect besides Yuriko.
Like Hajime.
I don't know which button I'm supposed to press. Z.
Just push Z. X. S.
S.
Z.
G. S. G. S. Hey.
There you go.
This is
Dude,
our
Yuri's
answer.
on our Dude, Yuri's on our side.
Good job.
He was.
Yay.
We did our best to sound cool. We read wrong. When it was Hibiki's turn, I wasn't sure who it was, and I was also trying to think of the right answer.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. It's cool you can save the game, but also it really is a killer for the tension.
Suppose we cannot reach that conclusion just yet.
It's just wrong to vote for Yuriko as the killer, when there's still so many questions about the case. We need to discuss this some more.
Sora.
Alright, let's put aside our accusations and now focus on the other mysteries of the case. Man, Yuki's like, I think it's Shuko still though.
What? So we're back to square one? Unlike a regular trial, we'll die if we get so much as a single thing wrong. We need to keep discussing until we can reach a conclusion that everyone can agree with.
I mean, Coco, don't you know who the culprit is? Can you just tell us and call it a day?
You all believe Yuriko is the killer right now. Would you really be able to accept my answer if I named someone that isn't Yuriko?
Are you saying Yuriko isn't the culprit?
I don't think she's saying that necessarily. She's being agonizingly vague on purpose. Okay, so instead of thinking about who the culprit is, let's talk about how they did it.
How they did it?
We aren't sure if our culprit attacked Yuri this morning or during the party. Have you forgotten? What did the killer do before they killed Yuri? Before killing Yuri, is she talking about that thing that was on Yuri's body? That thing was...
Well, it's either the hook attached to the rope.
I imagine the
Or
hook.
I think it's just that.
The only thing that's
thought there
on
might-
his body. This
I
is
thought there might have been another thing that was like the rope, but no, it's just a hook attached. to it.
Ah! Talking about the hook that was embedded into Yuri's left calf? Yeah, Yuri said it was there when you first saw him this morning, right? Yuki.
Yuki's.
I'm looking at this with one eye closed, because I'm trying to be in character. Even if Yuri was drunk, he wouldn't have just let the culprit hook him like that without putting up a fight,
Unless he was asleep, idiot.
or went along with it. I don't
Yeah.
think he went along with it. I think this was someone taking advantage, but it's possible. The culprit would have restrained him by any means possible.
Are you saying we should discuss that?
Yeah. How did the culprit restrain Yuri? Let's see.
Probably with the, you know...
Gonna get more than one?
Belief. I would imagine.
Do-do-do. Okay, how do I switch? That's a good question. Shift. Okay, you're right, you're right. Yeah, shift.
Or if you paid attention.
I did pay attention, I just forgot. I fucked.
Even though Yuri was drunk.
Okay, Yuri still would have put some for a fight. A blunt weapon was probably used.
Nah, they couldn't risk killing Yuri there by accident.
God, if something was used to immobilize you what?
Maybe he was drunk enough to pass out. Wait, no, probably not.
What method did the killer use to kill Yuri? Must be a clue somewhere. Let's rethink the traces I made during the investigation.
Oh, are we agreeing? Because it looked like, are we agreeing with Yuki? I don't think it's spiral staircase.
Fuck. I need to say they're wrong with that. Yuruko's account...
I think it's the...
Anesthetics was used to immobilize him, but that's not wrong.
Maybe he was drunk enough to pass out. No, probably not. You could use the anesthetics on the blunt weapon.
Maybe.
And then... Or, you know, the thing that you agree. But it's weird to agree when it's not.
Oh, I can pull this up. Hey, I can pull up the thing. Better game.
Okay. Like that is... There you go, see.
Wasn't used to kill him, but it was used.
What?
The anesthetics were not used to kill him. She's saying the blunt weapon was used to kill him.
Yeah, and then Yuki was like, well, maybe they incapacitated him some way. I'm like, okay. But that's
I think she was saying they might have used it to
knock him out.
And you were saying, no, they didn't use that. And then Hajime said, no, that could kill him.
They can't kill him by accident there.
Yeah. No, Hibiki, I have evidence our culprit didn't use something as simple as a blunt weapon. We found traces of a liquid anesthetic on the floor at the bell tower. Your sister not tell you?
No, of course I didn't. She's dumb as shit. Anesthetic.
Kanade told me it was one they usually use during major surgeries.
I love how Nikke is always giving us the side eye. Like he's just looking at us. I know, only us. That's right. If there's a favor at the infirmary.
With that, I see no reason to doubt that the killer used the anesthetic to subdue Yuri. Wait, do you think that might be the same thing the culprit used when they attacked me?
To be honest, I thought it was only used on you.
Maybe, but that's besides the point. So shut up, Yuriko. Damn!
Fine.
There's one more thing I know about the anesthetic.
Yeah, look at Nikke. Look at him. He's just side-eyeing us.
The one thing I know is...
Okay, I'm worried about Hajime being the killer. Because he's doing, like, the Mitch thing.
It could only be a woman.
Yeah, that thing. I just don't think he's stupid.
You know, I'm beginning to be a little suspect of Kanade, only because of how much she's going hard on blaming Yuriko.
Yeah. I'm a little sus of Hajime right now. Because
I just don't think Hajime is capable of doing the things that is clearly
But I'm just
having
nervous. I mean, Mitch did some pretty smart stuff.
Yeah, you're right.
So maybe, and like, we don't know anything about Hajime. We just make a joke that he likes energy drinks.
This is exactly why he can't do it. If he does it, that joke dies with him.
If he can't be Hajime. If he committed the crime, there would be energy drinks all over the crime scene.
True. Maybe that's what the anesthetic is.
It's an energy drink. Oh my god.
It's straight to the veins.
Pure. It's too pure.
It is pure extracted monster. The monster part of the Monster energy drink.
I'm drinking Monster.
That's amazing.
Right now.
Oh my god. You're literally him.
I got the Ultra PT.
Kanade told me she went to check the infirmary after she found out that an anesthetic was involved. She discovered that a single syringe has disappeared. A syringe?
That's right. With this that syringe, you'd be able to calculate exactly how long you want someone to stay unconscious. Exact measurements are labeled right on it. Yeah, okay, that's great now, but how do you know all that?
That's something I want to know. I want to know.
I watched a lot of Monaco dramas.
I don't
Is there something
believe
wrong
you.
with that?
You're lying.
Grey's Anatomy watcher.
I don't think she's the killer, but I think she's just lying. And
I believe it, honestly.
I mean, I can see that being a reason, but also I just don't believe it. There's something darker back there.
Typically, medical dramas are famously wrong, though.
That's my point. Dude, she's just like House, honestly. Just like House.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying that, but you're kind of sus if you ask me.
Nobody found a syringe or anything like that while investigating here, so that means...
The culprit still has the syringe with him right now.
Ooh.
You see, this was a thing I was wondering. If you're the culprit, can't you just keep evidence with you?
Yeah, but then you could wish someone patting you down or finding it on you, which basically means you're the culprit.
Can they do that?
So
Mommy's
pat
evil.
everyone. So that's what I'm saying. So we pat
He's
everyone
literally
down.
you!
Is that allowed?
Why would it not be?
I don't know. Because it's boring.
I doubt our culprit is stupid enough to have it on them. They probably hid it
Yeah.
somewhere.
See, and then the guy who has it on was like, yes,
Thank God!
thank you, Kokoro.
If they used a syringe like that, they could have subdued Yui even if he wasn't drunk. The thing that's bothering me, when Sho and I last saw Yui, you see, finally, a woman has come to kill me. I'm glad to have achieved my dream.
But then he also... He said that when he was about to die? That's creepy.
Oh yeah, that's Yui.
So, if he said that, does that mean our culprit is a woman after all?
He also said he didn't know who it was.
What's bothering me is that Yui told us he would cooperate with the female culprit, right? And still, why did the culprit subdue Yui and wait for him to be drunk? They didn't need to.
What I was trying to say earlier.
Yeah, that's a good point. Doing all that would only create more evidence, right?
I agree with you, the culprit was male. His only chance to kill Yui would have been through the party. And yet still, the blank spot is unfilled for that time. Period between that and nighttime.
Maybe it's a female reverse psychology making you think it has
Yeah,
to be
that's
a
what
guy
I
'cause
was
they're going
thinking.
through all that trouble.
I was thinking that too. If they do like the it has to be a woman, so we think it's a man, so it is a woman to fuck the double bluff or whatever.
Yeah. It's like, oh yeah, well, if he died, it has to be a woman. But they're going through all this trouble to make it so he doesn't know who did it, so it has to be a man. But it's a woman doing that,
Exactly.
so, you know, he doesn't know either. That makes sense.
It's like how Ayame hurt herself. It's like, well, yeah, the culprit is just trying to kill someone. It's like, no, they're doing that because they're the culprit. Dude, I can't wait for it to be Hajime and then Teruya shows back.
Hey guys, I'm here to replace your favorite character.
And don't put that in my mouth. Hajime is never my favorite character. It's always been Nikkei, baby. Assuming the culprit is female, they could have simply gotten Yui from the Monocures at any time. However, if that was the case, she would have had enough time to set the crime in the morning. Or she wouldn't have. Of course, in this situation, the time period between the party and nighttime is still unexplained. About what happened before nighttime. Isn't it possible that when the culprit prepared the whole crime?
That is possible.
Wait. Coco said that someone can stay out all night as long as they don't fall asleep, right?
Wait, they were talking about that for Yuri only? They weren't talking about the culprit when they were talking about that?
At the time, they were just saying, like, it's possible that that's what happened, but they were talking about the fact that Yuri wasn't taken from his room. He was taken before that, after the party.
Right, but they didn't talk about the culprit. Right, okay. Okay.
And since you can't explain how the culprit could have created the crime so early in the morning, you can just assume they set it all up at night.
I'm doing my thing where, like...
That'd be like almost 9 hours, though. Did they really need that much time to prepare for a murder? Damn.
I mean, if they fucking string stuff up along the walls...
Hey, man, I mean, you need a big ladder for that.
All they had to do was repair the hooks, rope, wire, anesthetic, and that's all, right?
Yeah,
no,
but
you forgot the life jacket.
It's the murder of your life. I think you want to have all the time you need. Wait, do you really think all Yuri was lifted up by was just the rope? I understand now. I knew something was off when you all started accusing Yoriko. You've all been mistaken from the beginning.
Mistaken? What are you talking about?
The killer didn't simply drop Yuri to his death after dragging him up the bell tower.
Okay.
What did they do? Oh, I see. It was so obvious in hindsight, but I completely missed it. Think, Yui was short.
Okay.
But it's still physically impossible for someone to drag him all the way up the bell tower.
Why?
I doubt even Shinji could do it.
Really? Isn't there something the culprit could have done?
This is possible, but our initial assumption about the culprit pulling Yui up was wrong.
Oh, they're gonna do the thing that I said.
Maybe.
Right.
Yes.
Kanade's talking so much compared to Hibiki, which is not what I thought was going to happen.
Well, Hibiki's scared and goofy, and she's not scared.
Dumb.
Also goofy.
Our initial assumption was wrong? So what? What's the problem? I don't know. Were we really wrong in our initial assumptions? The culprit didn't pull Yuri up.
Use the
They
thing.
moved him using what? What method did they use? Definitely saw something that could explain this, but what?
It's probably.
Oh, you look out of shape! Is this different? New song playing. Kanade's explanation is correct. Think, Sora, you've seen the evidence. I'll help you remember if you want.
I know what it is. It's the marks on the bell, probably.
Logic refresh. Okay.
Yes.
This is new.
Ah.
Avoid
Okay.
the normal words. Collect the
This is
truth bullets,
cool.
Listen to your fellow students' hints.
It's pretty cool, yeah.
This is like
Minigame
instead
in
of
which your fellow
doing.
students will assist you. That's cool. So they're
Instead
of going
of doing
against you,
like
they're
a-
helping you.
Instead of like shooting it to consent, like in like a non-stop debate, you're shooting them to consent in this thing, I guess.
Yeah, it's
I don't
like
know
the
if
opposite of a sword fight.
Yeah. A gunfight.
Yeah.
A gun assist. There
Logic
it is, there
It
it
was
is.
neutral special. He held your gun.
Dude, Case 6 is going to be crazy if this is what all the minigames are. Because in Case 6, all they do is just lore dump you everything, right? But this will be them helping you understand it.
Oh no, there's none of these in. Is this like this is like the logic dive? I'm assuming, basically.
No,
This
it's
is-
not.
Yeah, I didn't think
It's
so.
not.
This is its
Okay,
own
because
thing.
I saw the check mark thing on the bottom, and I'm like, are there like levels?
Think of this as the substitute for a normal agree point.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And then I saw the like phases.
This feels like a whole new thing.
This is a whole.
It
new
is.
thing.
It is a whole new thing, but it's the
But it's
same
in-
concept as them helping
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Are there still
I
agree
understood
points in the
that.
actual non-stop debate?
No, there isn't. This is what it's a student
This is
for.
so. This takes that.
Yeah, basically.
I don't see why you can't do both, but alright.
Well, because then what would be the point of adding this? I guess.
This is like for special ones where the character doesn't understand.
You. These are special ones when they agree with you instead of you agree with them.
Good luck.
Huh. Okay, I see. You're gonna
Thank
load.
you,
So you're loading.
Kokoro.
I'll help you out since you're too stupid to figure it out.
Yuri was dragged up the tower quickly. You've all been assuming wrong.
I think you had to shoot that.
Physically impossible, the hooked thing. Another
You're
method
supposed
that
to
the
shoot
culprit.
those.
Definitely something there was at the crime scene was bottles of alcohol. Okay, well I got the first one. wrong.
Oh, okay.
It's all out of order. I don't know how to read it. Kokoro's giving me a hint. Must have missed her hint. Let me try again.
Okay, she's sending you the bullets, and then you have to catch
Yeah.
them. I understand. It's like... Dude, you guys got fucking hit. It's on the top.
Yeah.
And they... Okay. Dude, she's loading your bullets. That's sick.
Yeah. Cool.
You did it.
Thank you, Kokoro.
So it's like, I'm running
Yeah,
low
that
on
mini
ammo.
game is notorious for being hard to weed.
I like it more than the fucking... bow one.
Well, it's easier to read than that. You literally just cannot read that at all.
The one first you gotta shoot it, and it's like fucking like so long.
Yuri wasn't dragged up simply by a rope. In reality, was he pulled up as a reaction to something?
Please.
Huh? What are you saying?
There was a hook embedded into Yuri's left calf, which is attached to a long rope.
Okay.
Initially, we thought someone was just pulling up Yuri with that rope. But if you think about it, it's physically impossible for someone to do that on their own. Are you sure? I also found something with Setsuka that should prove the fact that our culprit used another method.
Yes. Yup.
Life jacket, right?
Fine,
It's making me think it's not her if she would point this out.
Yeah.
She was also on your side doing scum debate, so...
That doesn't mean anything.
She's feeling guilty. It's like Kaede.
Well, if it's not her, then, like, all of my chips were on her. I don't know.
Because it'd be funny.
Because, like, it wasn't even just for it to be funny. She was really suspicious.
And she was also really suspicious, and it would be fun.
Also, I wanted the reveal about her eye. I wanted it now.
I want now. What's behind the eye?
We know we're gonna get it when she's the killer, because, like, it would be really lame if it wasn't that. I mean, there's gotta be a reveal, right?
Unless, like, if she lives to the end, it's gonna be, like, in Chapter 6 shoulder. Or maybe she won't. Maybe she won't.
I didn't even think of a possibility that she doesn't die.
She just seems like someone that will die.
There are some characters here that just appear as if, like, I can't see you living to the end. Not a single Danganronpa character in any of the games and the fan game was there a character who I was just like, how are you not dead? I joked about Hero in the first game, but I didn't, like, actually say that for real. You know? Like, all the other games, they all made sense. And this one, if I'm correct about my feelings on this one, I just don't think she's making it to the end.
Me neither, but it'd be funny if she does.
I want to be wrong. I like when the game proves me wrong.
The life jacket.
Yeah, someone left it in the bushes just outside the bell tower. Wasn't just any life jacket, though. This life jacket had a hook embedded into it.
My IQ is a
The same hook that was embedded into Yuri's left calf. Not only that, but the hook on the life jacket was also attached to a rope. However, the rope was cut.
Yeah. So what does that mean? You're so dumb, Iroha, idiot, stupid.
How dare you say that not to my little child? How dare you?
It's funny though.
It's funny.
For the bit.
Fair point. You're excused.
It's for the bit. Your Honor, I'm sorry, but it was for the bit.
Your Honor, I stabbed this guy for the bit, Your Honor. I'm sorry.
Oh, not
all right.
guilty.
It was pretty funny. Not guilty.
Oh, I see. So at one point, the hook embedded in Yuri's left calf was connected to the life jacket. If the culprit jumped it down from the bell tower with the white jacket on it, would have pulled Yuri up too.
Good job, Dan. You guessed it right away. I never would have thought of this if you didn't say it.
Yeah. If it was just the life jacket, then I would be like, what the fuck are you talking about?
This also makes more sense why they would have picked Yuri too.
He's light.
Because he's light.
Yeah, exactly. He was the lightest person to do it with.
Yeah. So it could be a woman then. Because they're worried about weight.
Okay, well then it can't be a Roha, 'cause he's too light
It can't be Shinji.
to be a counterweight.
He can't be. Shinji's too heavy, I think.
This is perfect.
Shinji would just die from doing it.
He would just fall to his death and be like, not enough. Oh!
Every reaction has an equal and opposite reaction. Science, bitch. Exactly. That's what has to be done. That's what.
Weren't you the one?
That has to be what the culprit did.
Weren't you the one focused on Yuriko?
Wait, but if the culprit jumped off the bell tower, then why was Yuriko still at the top?
Who are you talking to, Dan?
The Hibiki.
Well,
Kanade.
I mean, you can change your mind through a debate.
No,
That's kind of the
no,
point.
they're stupid. They're like, no, nah. They probably still thought it was Yuriko.
Okay.
I mean, even if we go through all of these things, some stuff still points to Yuriko, but the main thing pointing away from her is this jumping off the roof theory.
I mean, but like she literally, like how else would she do it?
Well,
she
the main question is how did anyone lure Yuri there to begin with? The only person who, at this juncture, who could have done that is Yuriko. Until we know something else. According to Yuriko, she was attacked this morning and woke up there. When Yuki and I saw Yuri before he was killed, the culprit was probably waiting at the top. Along with the unconscious Yuriko, of course.
This plan would explain why only Miss Store and Yuki only found Yuriko at the top of the bell tower. She was nothing more than a red herring. The true culprit didn't have to be up there. After all, the culprit would have to jump off the tower for Yuri to ascend to the top.
I mean, I get it in theory, but will he be able to pull it up so easily?
Huh? What do you mean by that?
There's tons of other factors involved, like fiction and whatnot. Sure, do you remember the bell ringing when Yuri got pulled up to the bell tower?
Yes.
Yes, I also think I know why the bell rung. The culprit jumped and Yuri was pulled up, his body must have hit the bell.
Yeah.
The evidence that proves that is when the bell
That
rang.
was the marking. Well, the markings. Like, that proves that he went up with the bell.
Yeah. The culprit threaded the rope through hanging bell and used it like a fulcrum.
Yup.
Not very good at drawing, but I'll try to illustrate it. Aroha, may I borrow your sketchbook for a moment?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes!
This is really funny how we actually see
This is what I imagined, basically.
whenever the
in my
characters
head.
like have the things drawn, like, okay, so Grape Tower looks like this, and Strawberry Tower, and they spend 30 minutes drawing a picture. It's like, Gundam, can you take a little bit longer? It's like, it doesn't look good. Okay, I'll do it over again. This is how the culprit did it. I like that the characters here are showing it.
Yeah.
So you may or may not know, the hole at the top of the bell is far too small for the hook to fit through. So the culprit probably only attached the hooks to the rope after he threaded through the hanging bell.
Yeah.
That's really high up. How's that even possible?
I see, but Sora, you should really come see me for advice on drawing better.
I'll hang out with you next.
Damn. Oh, huh? But how did the culprit adjust the length of the rope? It seems easy in theory, but they could have very easily fallen to their death with a simple mistake.
I believe they already practiced this method beforehand, if you look at the marks in the bell. They didn't look shallow enough to be made after only a single use.
Are you suggesting the culprit practiced this murder multiple times before the actual crime?
Yes, the hooks that were connected to Yuri couldn't have passed through the hole of the bell. Because of this, the culprit would never fall. The marks on the bell are probably caused by the friction created by the rope. So, the thing that holding them in place is more so the hook than the body.
What do you
According
mean?
to Sora, yes.
So you were able, since the hook doesn't go through the top of the bell, that's what stops you, not the body.
That makes sense.
They're not doing that because the body's necessary for the plan. You don't need the body to practice. That's good to know. So the weight doesn't necessarily matter.
You just tie something to the hook or whatever.
Yeah. And obviously the rope didn't, like, break, so I guess they
Then they
tried it a
went-
few times. And then all you
They
have to
probably
do is say, hey, alright, well now they're there, now fucking drop it.
They could have gotten like a cinder block or something and like
Yeah.
4 brick. I don't know, like a lighter thing.
And of course, the marks were also created because of the hook scraping against the metal. After the culprit found the correct amount of rope and landed on the surface, he just had to cut the rope. Doing so would make Yuri fall due to the shifting weight balance.
Yeah.
That's the truth of the crime scene that Yuki and I witnessed.
Hold on a second. Even if the culprit accounted for all the length of the rope in the bell tower, it's far too tall. If they fall while hanging from just hooked life jacket, the force from hindering would dissipate their shoulders, or would dislocate their shoulders.
And as Kanade says, the culprit would have injured himself if he didn't have anything to cushion the impact. Something to cushion the impact. Is that why the culprit installed that object?
The
That
wires.
object is...
The wires on the hung wires.
Oh, to stop them halfway through.
That's what I was talking about. Remember, I'm
So
like,
it
oh,
was
they'll
on the
use-
way up.
The sharp wires are different, I guess.
Yeah. So the fall
Because that's
wasn't
what
as
I'm-
long every time. It was like, okay, they
Yeah.
go and then they stop, and they go and then they stop. That's why. That
That
was
was
the
like
biggest
my-
thing where I was not sure the purpose of. I was thinking it had to do with the killing, not the escape.
And this
Yeah.
is one of the smartest force cases ever.
Earlier, Emma was wondering why the culprit spent all that time installing the wires. I bet the reason they did it answers the problem Kanade suggested.
The wires?
Yuri was cut up by wires as he was dragged up at high speed. The resulting friction might have had an impact on the culprit landing.
Oh, I see. The wires weren't there to kill Yui. They were just there to soften the culprit's landing. That's fucking genius.
IQ is 10 million.
That definitely explains why the culprit went through all that work to set them up.
That's why it took so long.
Smartest character in Danganronpa, honestly, is Daniel Kosegi.
It's whoever did that that's the smartest character in Danganronpa.
Well, I'm the one who knew it right away, okay?
Well, if it's a character you voice, then it'll be the smartest character, Dan Kosegi.
There's no denying it.
I'm the second smartest because I called it right away. There's something bothering me. If the wires were sharp enough to cut through flesh, why didn't they cut through the rope? If it was that sharp, it would have, right? But can't you just, like, make it so that the body...
And that rope was no normal rope. It was made with special materials.
Oh.
It's a really tough one you can grab at the U-Mart. Thought it was interesting, so I took note.
No, that's 7-Eleven.
Can't say I was expecting it to be used in the murder. She's saying this. How do you know? You just happened to notice, huh? So in the end, Yuriko really isn't the culprit?
What have I been trying to say? I'm a victim here too, you know. It was a...
That sucks.
What do you mean that sucks?
I mean, now we have to suspect everyone else besides you as the culprit. How are we supposed to narrow it down and find the killer now? Our prime suspect is innocent.
Well, now we know it's not her, and it's not the two of us.
Great, only 16, 15, 14, 13, 12 more to go.
Yeah, 12, yeah.
It's
Well,
not...
Actually, no, besides that, Yuri, he couldn't have done that to himself, so it was 11.
No, it's... Oh, yeah, good point.
And Turi is not here yet, so 15. Or did you start from 15?
We started from 15.
I heard you say 16 at some point, so I wasn't sure.
I did. I forgot. There's only 15 of us.
Yeah. I see, so we're right back at the start?
No, not all the way back at the start. We did learn something from our previous discussion. The culprit must have been outside the Monocruise at nighttime yesterday.
How do you know that? Because they had to kidnap Yuri.
Think about it for a second. The culprit has to adjust the rope length and everything. They needed enough time to do something like that. Being outside with only Yuri would give our culprit plenty of time to set everything up.
That's a good point. Someone would have definitely noticed if the stuff was being done in the morning.
Furthermore, there was a misconception that we couldn't be outside at nighttime.
But Kokoro knew.
I mean, yeah.
I don't think she did it, but...
Me neither.
The culprit used that to their advantage to test out the murder plan.
I mean, to be fair, if you, like, take a look at the rules, someone would pretty much figure out that, like, oh, I can be out at nighttime.
I didn't even think it was a misconception. I just like, okay, so you can be out, but you're probably gonna die because the monsters are gonna kill you.
Yeah, but I figured, like, if you get
I thought
in a
it was
building,
far more, like, okay, they're everywhere.
I thought of it more like a mono beast. Like, there's, like, a few of them. Also, like, I figured if you got into a building, you'd pretty much be safe.
I was under the impression it's like, if you leave the ship, you're dead. That's what I was thinking. Like, oh, interesting, so you can't leave the ship for nighttime killings, but no. Like, I thought it was just gonna be, like, absolutely just, like, hordes of whatever the hell everywhere. That's what I was imagining.
This isn't Minecraft, Stone.
It's like easy mode Minecraft.
Yeah.
I don't
Peaceful
know.
mode. Yeah, it's kind of weird that we all thought that, and Coco, he already knew.
Well, I only stayed up all night once.
So based on the previous discussion, we can pretty say with certainty that the culprit is a man.
Why?
As we already know, a woman wouldn't have to use such a complicated method.
Kanade, it's making it sound like it's more you now.
Kanai's like, yeah, women are too dumb to do this. Court must have known that if Yuri died, we'd all assume the culprit was a woman. The fact alone was his alibi. Clever ploy, I must admit. No.
So now that we know that we can just narrow it down with all the guys here, right?
Wait.
Do Do we what?
Why is it only... I'm confused. Why is it only guys now?
They're saying the thing that I said they were gonna do, which is, oh, only a guy would go through all this to make us think a woman did it. They're not triple reversing, they're only double reversing.
I got it.
I think this is exactly the reason why it's a woman. And now I'm thinking it's Kanade. I already made my guess, but I'm thinking Kanade at this point, just based off how much she's talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
In that case, it's easy. It's Syobai or Mikado. Syobai doesn't have an alibi, and Mikado's the mastermind.
Did you even listen to me? I told you not to have any bias against me in this trial. It should be unquestionably clear that I'm giving it all to unveil the truth. You guys are jerks. Syobai, were you sleeping the whole time? It's still not over? You're insane. Our lives at stake now and you just decide to sleep?
Dude, we're gonna need the comic book for him so he catches everything.
You guys have everything you need. I know the full story, but you guys just can figure it out. I haven't been getting a lot of sleep recently, so just wake me up when it's over.
He's insane.
Anyways...
Oh my god, he says he hasn't been sleeping lately. That means he's the killer, because he was staying up all night.
Oh my god, that's true.
What you're suggesting is unlikely, big bro. The culprit would have to stay late last night.
That actually is like a good strategy. I mean, like a good like foreshadowing, if that's true. It's for a joke, but it's like, oh, he didn't sleep. Wait. I think it'd be lame if it was him. Because like, this is a character with a lot of potential to grow and change and all that. But to have the asshole character be the first character that does the killing and then just be gone, that's funny if they did that.
I mean, he did go for a Yuki as soon as there was
That's
a
the only way they could... Continue?
Oh no, that was it. I meant that Syobai was like, he was just gonna stab Yuki at the beginning.
He was gonna stab Yuki.
So maybe he'll just fucking kill Yuri. Why not? Close enough. One letter off.
True. That's the only way they could have gotten the chance to kidnap Yui.
I will say, one thing this case is better than any of the ones in the first game is I do not know who did it. The first game, almost every time, I knew who did it from the get-go. Or like, I had a pretty good idea of who did it. You know? Like, was there a single case you could think of where I was just like, not on the money? The first one, I was like saying it was Kinji because I wanted it to be, but like in the back of my mind, I knew it was Mitch. I was pretty much dead set on Ayame for the second one. I didn't want it to be Kinji. I just like was thinking, he's gonna kill someone.
We figured it was Ayame, and then she got hurt, and they're like, maybe it isn't, and then we're like, well, maybe they did it to trick us.
And then it was exactly that.
And it was that.
Then the third time, I'm like, okay, I don't see anyone but Kinji, like, at all.
And then the
fourth case, I was thinking, okay, it's either Teruya or it's Satsuki, but I guess it's Satsuki.
I didn't think it was Teruya.
I was thinking it had to be him because of all the food drama. But also, was like, but who would be more sad to have killed Haru? Satsuki.
Yeah, and then Mikako, like,
that case doesn't
we knew it wasn't her, but like we knew they counted it as, like, we said, like, it's a trick.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
you could be in the mastermind. We were calling that the whole game.
We called that since like
after
we called that in trial 2, basically.
Like, as soon as he got the things, like, oh, Yuki's the mastermind. Okay.
It's like he may know who the mastermind is. Like, well, wouldn't it be crazy if it was him because he knows who himself is?
We were just rolling with that the whole game. Then when Akane came out, I was thinking it less. But then during the final investigation, I was like, okay, maybe there's 2 masterminds.
And then came the final trial where you got to play as the mastermind for real.
And then I died. But this one, I cannot tell you with certainty who did it. I'm thinking Setsuka, but then now I'm not thinking that anymore. Now I'm thinking Kanade. But then it just throw me a curveball and it might be Syobai now with this whole sleeping thing.
I don't think it's Syobai. I don't think it's Kanade.
But it could be. That's the thing. I like it. It could be.
But I don't think
there was almost no doubt in my mind for the last game.
I don't feel like Kanade would do something like to kill her sister.
I think she might.
I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's there yet.
I don't think it's like I specifically want my sister to die. It's just like I'm just gonna have to live with my sister dying.
Yeah.
Maybe she's like, finally I'm free.
Take one for the team, sis.
I see it a little too early, in my opinion, for Kanade. I'm sure you don't think it's Kanade either. You just have,
I don't think it's just like she is acting suspicious and her blaming everyone else. She's like the red sus, but he's screaming it so loud you vote them out. Like that kind of mentality of like, stop blaming people, you're annoying.
I can't believe.
But she's not doing it in a stupid way. She's not doing it because like, she's an idiot. She had good points for why it could be Yoruko.
Get out of my head, voices in my head, leave Yuki alone. You okay for me? Hey, Yuki, you okay? Both Mikado and Syobai weren't part of that group.
But can't Mikado use magic? We've all seen him flying around like nothing. He could easily fly around and kidnap him, right?
I sealed that magic. Nox second law, all supernatural and preternatural?
I guess.
That's a weird. That's fucking with me. Nox second law, all supernatural and preternatural agencies are to be ruled out.
Nox is what now? What the heck is that?
Absolute code of logic and detective fiction that cannot be violated. It explicitly forbids supernatural or any unrealistic phenomenon from interfering with murder.
It's a literary term that you're choosing to say is true because you want it to be.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that in a few anime. I will give you my most sincere, empathetic vow that I do not use my magic for matters relating to murder.
Except that one time, but forget about that.
Down, because it wasn't during the killing game. And we're just supposed to take your word for it? How can we trust the words of the mastermind? I guess I'm with no options. I suppose it's the only way.
I'll give all of you magic too.
Monocro, I humbly request you add a new rule. Mikado Sonoji cannot use magic for any purposes relating to a murder case.
If he does, he dies.
Are you sure about that rule? I mean...
Yes, I've already made a vow to seal my magic beforehand regardless. Besides, the simple concept of my magic seems to be hindering the progression of this trial. I'd like to use this opportunity to clarify my position in the killing game.
Very well. The regulations will be updated as soon as this trial is over. Mikado Sonoji cannot use magic for any purpose relating to a mortal case.
I wonder how general that rule is. Can he not use it to defend himself from being murdered either?
Well,
I think it means like he can kill someone.
I mean, it wouldn't be a murder case if he successfully defends himself. And it would be if he fails. But he'd be dead, so you can't punish him.
I think he can't kill someone.
Yeah, I mean, in the most simple way, he can't kill anyone with magic. It would be lame, first off. Because he'd be like, oh, he just shot someone with fire. Or like, oh, he made their body disappear.
Like a bunny.
As a reminder to you, Mikado, failure to comply with this rule will result in execution.
I understand completely. You have my gratitude.
So, Mikado can't be the culprit. I mean, he can be, just not with magic. Why are you trying to make this problem harder than it really is? The answer's already out there. There's only one other person who fits the conditions for the crime. Is there? Uh-oh. Huh? Think carefully about the conditions the person would need to beat the culprit. Once you do that, the answer's obvious. Is it? I don't know! Conditions to be the culprit.
The conditions we brought up were...
We don't know who those people were. We still don't know who they were.
No, they said it before. A long time ago.
The ones who stayed after the party? I really remember trying to...
I think the
people who set up the party and people who stayed after, are they the same people? Because they're not. Yuri was there.
No, they're not. No, there's different groups.
They're not, but Setsuka was there, Shinji was there, Yuri was there, Yuriko was there, I think Hajime was there too.
And I think Emma was the last one there.
And Emma. Yeah, that sounds right. There were 6.
I remember going, hey, how come you're not telling who was there at the time?
He did.
But
she did stay.
Did they say it today or last night or whenever?
No,
today.
it was
when it was in your.
At the
it was when you
beginning, we
got
were talking
the-
about who helped set up the party when they were talking
okay.
about
Okay.
names.
To clarify, Shore was the one who said this when she was leaving the party. Before the crime happened, she took a note in her head about who stayed behind.
Okay.
Didn't you?
I
I,
think
thought
I
Yuriko said all the people, but she just didn't. She said like I don't remember who stayed behind.
That was Yuriko, I think.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Yuriko was like, oh yeah, last night these were the people that I was with.
Okay, let's
I
just
was-
stop. Maybe it'll tell us who was there. The culprit must
It'll
have been
probably
one of the
say it.
people who stayed at the party late last night.
Right.
They need to be a part of this group that prepared the party. And of course,
And of course,
oh,
we
sorry.
figured out that the culprit must be a man.
That's Hajime.
Man who stayed up late and helped prepare the party. List them one by one. Okay, people who stayed last night were Setsuka, Hajime, Shinji, Emma, Yuriko. It can only be Hajime or Shinji if we're going off the man strategy.
Well, no, it's Hajime because they said help set up the party.
That's fucked up. Group that prepared the party was Setsuka, Hajime, Yuki, Mikako, Yuriko, and me. Only person who could be the culprit is... Aw, say it ain't so!
No.
No, my
No!
energy drinks. No!
I said it when I met you, dude. I said it when I met you.
You
but
look
I
like
didn't...
the first killer.
Yeah, this is the first thing I said. You look like a first killer.
You think these golden locks were not to a woman? No.
This guy gives total first killer vibes, based off nothing. But just like,
second. That
He's
kind of
rich.
hurts me.
first killer vibes. He kills someone first.
Why
I'm
did I
actually-
Say
I'm
it
actually
ain't
Mitch's
so,
son,
my
brother.
love!
No! My love?
Was it you? Hajime? Makanuchi? Oh wait, that's halfway.
No.
Maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. The other guy could just be proving it's him.